I need to see what it smells like before I spray it on my face, because... Okay. Okay. Woke up to niggas sounding like me talk. Woke up to niggas talking like me talk. Hey Furies, welcome back. It's your girl Nona Fury, and we are back again. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope everything is great. I hope you guys are healthy. You know, we're back with another Get Ready With Me. We're going to touch on some topics that I just been in my mind. They've just been floating in the dome. And I feel like it's better for me to talk about this versus just putting it on paper, because you never know who you're helping. You feel me? So today we're going to be talking about grieving friendships, military separation, and growing pains. So if you want to stick around for me to talk about those topics, and just keep watching. All the products that I use will be listed down below in the description box for you guys that want to see what I use. But starting off with the first topic, let's talk about friend breakups, grieving friendships. This is actually something that I'm going through right now personally. So yeah. So I had this friend here that I was super duper close with, and it really hurt to let her go. I had to though. I feel like those friendships that you have to let go are absolutely the worst. Since moving here, it was really hard for me to make friends in general. For those who are new to the channel, I am a military spouse. I'm stationed in California. I'm originally from Virginia, so it's a pretty big jump across the country, you feel me? So when we moved here, I made a couple of acquaintances, you feel me? Met a couple of people, but not a lot of them really stuck around. A good amount of them stuck around, but unfortunately they moved away. I did have one that I was like, well, I had a couple, but this one that I was particularly close to, she had some issues of her own going on that I can't really go into detail about, but it's just like, you know when you stick around for so long, when you see the red flags in people, and especially when those people remind you of a sister figure or a mother figure or anything like that. So this was a friendship that I really had to let go because there were some toxic mannerisms involved. And the type of person that I am now, I'm really big on self-worth, growth, and it's just like, it was stunting my growth. So those relationships that you have where you feel like, you know, they're not moving, they're kind of just set in stone, you're not growing, that person's not growing, and there's some toxicity involved, you gotta let it go, sis. I'm here to tell you right now, this is your sign to let that toxic friendship go, okay? Going through all of this, I've learned so much more about myself and why I particularly felt so hurt letting this person go. This person really reminded me of a sister figure. And the fact that I'm so far away from family, I needed that, you know? I needed that in that scenario of my life at that moment. I needed that. And it was comforting to me. And I feel like a lot of people find peace and comfort, but unfortunately, you can't grow in comfort. Like, you're never gonna grow that way. Like, there's no growth at all in that because you're familiar, you know? Growth is what the unknown. So because I had that comfortability, I feel like it really reflected on my life in an area of stunting my growth. So that's another thing. It's like for a whole nother video. If you find yourself here and you, like myself, are grieving a friend, let me go through my thought process. So obviously there's going to be a lot of pain. It's going to be a lot of pain, a lot of questioning yourself, questioning the person, wondering what if, stuff that y'all are missing out on. It's truly like you're grieving someone, but that person is still alive. So it kind of hurts even more, you know, especially when you have so many memories together and you just can't even fathom to think about them anymore because they hurt. You have to think to yourself what you deserve and what you're willing to deal with. Me, I know that the point in life that I'm in right now, I deserve the world. I deserve the world. I deserve peace. I deserve sanity. And if I can't get that in my circle, then I have to make my circle smaller. So, you know, that pain that comes from, you know, missing out and missing someone, it's kind of comforted by the feeling of what out there is better for me. You know, I'm going to meet other people who think like me, who really care about me, and people who I can grow with, you know? And I have met people like that. Even here, even though they moved away, I love them and I'll cherish them forever. It's just some things in life that you just can't hold on to forever. That's fine. Don't you hate when you have a specific brush that you use for everything? Okay, here it is, my eyebrow brush. I was about to get upset. I feel like a lot of people, specifically in my age group, I'm only 27, you know, it takes a lot of balls to admit your feelings about other people. For some reason, a lot of people nowadays are truly like, F that person, F that person. I don't give a fuck about that person. Like, so quickly to move on. And honestly, it's like, did you even care about the person? Like, I feel like honestly, those people who, the loudest that scream out, you know, F that person, F that, F these emotions, are the people who are really hurt the most. I feel like it takes a lot of strength to admit that your feelings are hurt and that you wish things could have went differently. And that's how I know that I'm evolving as a person, because I used to be one of those people to, you know, say that, you know, I'm not worried about nobody else, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, that came from a place of hurt. I'm hurting. It's okay to hurt. It's fine, but you have to acknowledge it. You just can't move on like it's not there, sis. I also feel like myself as a person, I really struggle personally with making friends just because of what stems back to my childhood. And I'm not gonna bore you guys with that because that's a story for another day, but I'm looking at a girl with separation issues. I don't like letting things in my life go because when I was younger, it was chaotic. So, you know, having some stability on my life, it used to be really, really, really hard for me to let people go. Like, I used to take any type of treatment, especially from friends. But now that I've gotten older, I know what I want in life. I know what I need around me. And if it's not in that person, you gotta go. I wish the best for you, but you have to go. Like, the more that we get older, the more that we need to evolve. If this person is choosing not to evolve, choosing not to grow, and it's stunting me, where's it gonna leave me? You have to make those tough decisions in your life, and you have to know when to forgive and when to acknowledge that you're hurt and move on. There were plenty of times where I wanted to text this person and, you know, just rekindle things and just go about it like nothing happened, but you can't do that. You can't do those things. You know, you can't force people to evolve. It's just something that you can't do. It's something that you can't do. It's different for everyone, and everybody has their own moment of growing. So trying to force it is just never a good thing. If that person comes around and comes back, cool, you know? But in this moment, it's like you have to focus on what's best for you. I wish the best for everyone. No bad vibes over here, but gotta keep it moving. I have been loving this eyebrow combo. This is the House Labs brow pencil that I just used with JCat Beauty Concealer on the top and bottom. It's just something, it's really the brow pencil. You can use any concealer, but this brow pencil is so good. When I tell you, it makes my eyebrows look so realistic, and it's giving me eyebrow hair that I never had. Obviously, every eyebrow pencil is going to give you some type of shading and blase, but this one really, it's just something about the formula. Like, I don't know how matte it is. It truly looks super hair-like, and I really, really, really like it. It's definitely grown to be one of my favorites. This is a little secret that I like to do for my brows, especially for the ones who have thin eyebrows like me. It's to go into a brow gel, like a, what is this, like a brow wax or whatever. And I like to take a little bit on my brush, and while the brows are already drawn in or filled in, I like to go in lightly and just lift my real brow hair. Just go in. It makes my eyebrows look like so much more realistic. Like, I don't know if you guys can see the difference from this one to this one. It looks so good to me. I've just been really obsessed with doing this lately. I love a natural fluffy brow purr. Let's get into military departure. So like I said in the beginning, I am a military spouse. My husband has really been weighing on the fact that he is no longer considering the military in his purpose, so he wants to separate. So that's something that has been of topic for a couple of months now, and I want to talk about it because I know from my military spouse content days, I still have some spouses up here that, you know, enjoy my military content, so here we are. Get that glow, baby. You know we have to do like a glowy foundation base for a glowy foundation. There's a lot of outside looking in when it comes to military and military families, okay? People swear that military families have it better, and it's like, you know, being a military family has its privileges. You are very privileged as a military family, but there are some things that you have to think about. The people that are in, that just other people just don't know, okay? Having your husband have to deal with different types of leadership, having your husband have to deal with, you know, potentially having to deploy multiple times, having your husband have to deal with the stress of a chaotic work week. Like, you never know. Like, literally some jobs you work 8-hour shifts, 6-hour shifts. Then, you know, my husband, he works a job where you can work like 10, 12-hour shifts daily. So yeah. Ooh, this foundation is gorgeous. Yes, ma'am. It's been a minute since I used this. This is the Revlon Color Stay, but this is the normal dry formula. This looks good. Yes, ma'am. Now, of course, my husband was discussing this with me as well. He was discussing it as a family, like how I would feel about it. And I told him personally, I don't mind. Like, I'm not the type of person to keep someone in something that they're not happy with. Of course, we'll have to have, like, you know, another plan when it comes to the foundation of the family. You know, when it comes to like finances, stability, finding another home where we're gonna move to, etc., etc. But, you know, if you have another calling, especially if your calling is bigger than where you're at right now, who am I to keep you there? You know? So kudos to him. I'm very happy that he, you know, made that decision, because I know it's a tough one. A lot of people just don't know how the military can break up families and ruin marriages. It can do a lot. We've been a military family for over going on 5 years now, and it has truly been a journey. I and him are just so thankful for so many things that did come out of this, but because it no longer serves a purpose, you have to move on. I feel like a lot of people don't really try to look into what their purpose is. Like I said, this falls back into the comfortability conversation. I feel like the military is for some people, you know what I'm saying? Like, for those who truly want to do this for a living and, you know, protect their country, that's perfect for them. But I feel like the military is also an amazing tool to get a head start on where you want to be in life, especially when you don't come from much. Once that purpose has been fulfilled, it's time to move on to the next one. I'm excited to start this next chapter of our life. You know, I told him I'm excited to do it with you. I'm excited to see where this goes. Like, overall, I'm just very, very excited. Nervous, but excited. Any of my followers have separated from the military, feel free to comment down below or DM me. We can chat for the vibes. If you have any like good advice or, you know, anything that could help, I would really, really appreciate it. I think it's crazy that a lot of people, I guess it's not really talked about as much because people will knock it down, but there's a lot of fear mongering within the military and a lot of self-projection. I notice, especially as like a military spouse, a lot of other spouses or even other military family members or members themselves like to project their feelings onto you, especially when you don't want to stick around anymore. If I had a nickel, many people who have told me that, oh, make sure your husband does the whole 20, make sure he does the whole 20, you know, it's blah blah blah, it's this, it'll be perfect for you. How do you know, Sway? How do you know? I literally had this woman come up to me when I had to take my cat to the emergency vet. We were talking about her pet, literally nothing about the military. And I told her that I was a military spouse. And she was like, oh, I used to be one too, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, it's like the whole conversation had this really yucky aura. Like this very yucky aura, because she kind of paused when I told her that I was a military spouse. She literally just told me, she was like, make sure your husband does the whole 20. You know, nowadays inflation is very high. She was like, there aren't a lot of jobs around. And she told me the story about her friend who got laid off in a very, very crappy way. And in my head, I'm like, you know, I'm sad for your friend, but that, ma'am, that has nothing to do with me. Like, I hate unwarranted advice so much. It comes from fear. I know I'm looking a little light skinned right now, but we're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it. I hate unwanted advice so much. Even if it's the person just looking out for you, it's because they're afraid for you. But it's like, why are you afraid for me? Because you went through these things and you think I'm going to go through them too? Like, if I ask, by all means, but if it's unwarranted, it comes off very rude, and it honestly rubs me the wrong way. And in the mood that I've been in, growth that I'm trying to go through, I be wanting to check people sometimes. But hey, you know, like the military legit even has like this class or like this whole secret thing with trying to get people to stay in. They'll scare you, basically say that, you know, going back to transition as a civilian won't work for you because ABCD, and then they try to paint everything that you're going through right now in a really good light. And it's crazy to me. It's crazy how they try to gaslight you and tell you that this is where you need to be. Like, how do you know that? Nobody knows where I need to be except God, period. And, you know, my husband, I forgot the word. It's not that he doesn't believe in God, but he's not as spiritual as I am. But I'm spiritual. And the only person that can tell me where I need to be, where I do not need to be, is God. If you're getting a strong feeling that the longer that you're at this place or the longer that you're with this person and you just start feeling shittier and shittier and shittier, or you feel depressed or things just aren't moving at the pace that you feel like they should, it's because you need to go, or you need to let that person go. And it's like, people will literally cloud their eyes with comfortability. It's just something personally with me that has never been something that is like the do or all for me. And that comes from living in chaos. I lived in chaos for so long, you guys, that literally I don't think anything can top my chaos. Like, you feel me? Like people are so afraid to go out for their dreams. They're so afraid to do things that they see that other people are doing that's like a 1 in a million chance. You know, when I first became a content creator, I had a lot of support. It wasn't loud support, you know, and that's fine. You know, I'm the type of person, I'm gonna do something, I want to do it. So nothing compared to the support that I have now. When I tell you, there's so many people around me who are becoming content creators now, and they get discouraged so fast. They want everything just given to them. They're like, how'd you do this, and this? And I'm just like, you have to be patient and you have to trust the process. A lot of people don't trust the process. You have to trust your process. You have to know that these things are going to happen for you, or else they won't. You just have to know. I got me back in here about to preach. Like, what the fuck? You just have to know. You have to let those people in your life who are creating doubt go. Unless you're one of those people like me who take everything with a grain of salt. I feel like with the military choosing the tactic of fear mongering, they prey on the people who are fearful, who are weak, who have no other options. And it's honestly really disheartening. Like, it's really unpleasant to see. Like, there are gonna be those people that call you dumb and call you stupid. Like, it is what it is. Ooh, yes, Fenty. Yes, Fenty powder. I didn't know if I liked this powder for real, kind of. Like, I was still kind of like testing it out for a while, but I think I like it. I've really been into terracotta powder, which is like more of a brown earth tone, closer to my skin tone, versus yellow for brightening. I love me a good terracotta powder. Yes, I do. It's funny because I'm such an optimistic person. I was having this conversation with my husband the other day, because my husband is a realist, but he's slowly starting to transition into an optimist. Is that what it's called? He's slowly starting to transition into being optimistic. And I think that's because of me. But anyway, I was telling him that I feel like in order for people to chase their dreams and think of all these things that they want to manifest, you have to be delusional to some sort. And I know it's going to sound crazy to some people. Like, delusional, what? Like, you have to be delusional. You have to think that these things can happen to you. You have to. Because if you don't believe in it, who is? And if you don't believe in it, how do you know if it's going to happen or not? You have to stick by the process. I've been a content creator, you guys, for over 6 years now. I think even longer now. I honestly can't keep track anymore. I didn't start making any real money until last year. Like, I don't want to talk money like I really don't want to talk money. I hate talking money for real, but like I'm talking money like more than I've made at any 9-to-5 job in my life. And I was a cosmetologist. Cosmetologists make bank if you do it right. I've made more than being a cosmetologist, so that should tell you something. So it's just like, if I wouldn't have stuck it out for these 6 years, I'm talking to myself right now too, where would I have been? What would I have done? You know, you have to trust your process. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to just know that you're going to get where you need to be. Like, I can't let people get into my bubble anymore and cloud me with their judgment. Like, if you don't believe in me, that's on you. But best believe, I believe in myself. I'll bank on myself before I bank on anybody else, period. I really do feel like a different type of breed sometimes, and people look at me crazy sometimes. But you know, it's only crazy until it works. So here we are. I remember I used to hit up family, friends. I used to cry to my husband about not being able to afford my dream camera. And I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'll just work for it. I'll do it myself. I couldn't get it at a 9-to-5. I couldn't afford it. I got this camera through content creation. So when I bought it, when I tell you it was so full circle for me, one of the most full circle moments, like I legit cried. But I knew that this would come. I knew this would happen. I just had to trust the process. Now that we done with the testifying, because I feel like I just took y'all to like church or something. Like I just really spoke. I'm probably gonna edit a lot of that out. But anyway, under this topic, I have life after military. What are the plans? And honestly, I don't know. Like, my goals this year was to expand my influence, to inspire others, and make more money and grow, you know? And I want to be able to experience things that families never experience. I want to be able to be that person to show others that you can do this too. And that's what keeps me going, and that's what makes me keep doing this. I'm going to use my limited edition MAC Prep and Prime. This is in Cherry Blossom. Hold on. I need to see what it smells like before I spray it on my face, because... Okay. For eyes, I'm just going to do mascara. I really have not been in the mood to use false lashes lately. And I'm like, like, when will my kit come back? Hopefully soon. I think I need to buy some more lashes because my inventory right now is actually kind of bleh. So I think I'm going to invest in some more fake lashes. Go in with my lash primer first. I discovered lash primer, y'all. I have never looked back. Lash primer goes crazy. Let's get into growing pains. This is going to be like my last topic that I talk about for this video because I don't want to be too long. I'm being kind of brief, I guess. My growing pains of my 20s have just been trying to fall into independence and get rid of my codependency. I still suffer with a lot of anxiety, and I do suffer with depression, little PTSD. So it's just a lot to even acknowledge. Like, for the longest time, dealing with mental health issues, I never knew about it. So I never acknowledged it, never really paid it much attention. But now I feel like I can give myself a little bit more grace because it's like I've been through this, so I have to be patient with myself. My therapist told me if I literally give everyone excuses. I don't give people excuses, but it's like I give a lot of people grace. And she's like, you give so many people in your life grace, why can't you give it to yourself? And I was like, oh, shut up, no it's not. So I've been really working on giving myself grace, giving myself time to feel and just go through my emotions and just understand that I'm growing up and things are changing, you know? I'm evolving into this wonderful woman that I've always wanted to be, that I've always dreamt of, and I'm honestly just so proud of myself. I've been through so much, you guys, so much that y'all obviously don't even know. I'll probably share my story one day. I really would love to publish a book. I really would. I feel like it would be a great read for those, you know, for people who are going through what I'm going through. But I just want to help. I just want to inspire. I just want to show people that you can go through what I went through and still come out on top, even if you gotta be a little delusional. I'm literally about to turn 27 next month, and it just blows my mind. Like, 27, I'm 30. I might as well be 30. Like, and honestly, growing up, you know, we think 30 is old. 30 is not old at all. 30 is still very, very young. So I'm really excited to see how my 20s will close, you know, as like a chapter in my life. I'm really excited to see who will come into my life, who will leave, and just, I don't know, in this chapter of my life right now, I just want to experience. I've been taken away and shielded by so much by myself. I've done that to myself through the anxiety and OCD. I just want to experience. I really do. And for those watching this, if you feel how I've been feeling, you deserve to experience too. What lip should I do for this eye look? This is like my go-to eye look. I promise you guys, I'm gonna get back into doing colorful looks again. I just really needed to focus on what I was saying in this video, because when I do a lot of like extensive makeup looks, it's hard for me to focus due to my ADHD. So I'm working on it though. I'm working on it because a lot of people really liked my blue look. So gonna go with this color. My camera cut off putting on the gloss, so sorry about that, but like I said, everything will be listed down below in the description box. Thank you guys so much for listening, for real. It means the world to me. If you have anything that you want to say to me down below, feel free to leave it. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. Woke up to niggas talking like me. Woke up to niggas sounding like me. I woke up.